Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the first A Court of Thorns and Roses book, you are in the right place. So we're going to be seeing what the next 7 days hold for you. So first what I'm going to do is get one oracle card to tell us like the overarching theme of the next week ahead of you, and then we'll break it down further with the tarot and our astro dice and some story dice. So let's see what your overarching theme is for this week. Spirit, tell me about the next 7 days for Pile 1. Okay, we have crystals and herbs. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold, a dash of healing straight from mother's home. And I'll tell you something, Pile 1, this is my second time filming your reading because I messed up in the first one. This is the card that came out when I was first starting that one too. So that's how you know, double confirmation, this one's for you. And what I was saying at first was that it's about connecting with feminine energy in your family. You could be literally going to your mother's home, to your childhood home, or just doing something that is passed down ancestrally from the feminine side of your family, whether that's like cooking, baking, it could be if your family's musicians, just anything that's a certain practice as well, a certain magic or spiritual practice. You're really connecting with the ancestral feminine line this week. Okay, so let's see, break some tarot down, Spirit. Tell me about the next week for my Pile 1. Okay, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Let me zoom in a little bit. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I think that this next week, I'm not gonna lie to you, or like if you're in this state right now, which I take it as it resonates, I think you're a little down on your luck right now. You might be a little strapped for cash. You're still kind of recovering from that post-holiday financial hit that most people take during this time of year. So you're trying to get your finances in order, and you feel like things aren't coming in financially as quickly for you as you would like it to be. You don't feel like there's a lot of money-making opportunities. So I think this is why you're connecting with this ancestral feminine lineage in your family, whether, again, like I said, that's through a specific practice or just seeking advice from your mom or a maternal figure in your life is something that I definitely see 100% as being accurate for you this week. If you can seek that out, I would seek out the advice of an older maternal energy in your family, because I think it will be very helpful for you this week. Because then after we have this energy of financial blockages and money not coming in as quickly as you would like, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So I think by reaching out to this maternal figure, you're able to nourish yourself, nourish your inner child in a way that lets you know that everything is going to be okay. So this week is about comfort. This week is about connection with your mother. If you don't have a good relationship with your mother, it's about the mother wound and parenting yourself, but it's largely about your inner child and seeking comfort from that maternal presence. Okay, we have the Empress in reverse. Let's do one more, Spirit. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so I do think that you've been having like a little bit of a rough emotional go at it the last couple of weeks, so we'll take that. The last couple of weeks, and this week seems to come to a place where you are seeking out that wisdom and that advice, and I do think that's a good place for you to do so, because you are in a disempowered energy and you're not feeling your best. You're feeling very, very emotional. You're not behaving in a logical way, and I'm not saying that's your fault or anything, but your emotions are clouding your judgment. So seeking advice outside of yourself from that older maternal figure is 100% looking what you should do this week. So there is our tarot. Let's get any additional messages from astro dice and from your story dice. So spirits, astro dice for my Pile 1 for the next 7 days. Okay, we have, let me zoom in here. We have Aquarius, 11th house. So we have Mars and Aquarius in the 11th house. Oh, so there might be there might have been, or might be over the next 7 days, some, okay, I'm just listening. If there was some like aggression going on within a community that you belong to, a group of your friends, or at work, just a group that you belong to, if there was some aggression there, I'm taking Mars being there now as kind of tuning into the energy of passion with Aquarius and taking a more unconventional approach to it. So Mars maybe feels the most comfortable in its aggressive approach, but when it's introduced with Aquarius and like an unconventional way, we become more attuned to the passion associated with it. So if there's been problems going on within your group of friends with like aggression or disagreements, fighting, I see that taking a turn over the next 7 days, at least starting to take a turn. So let's see. Also, as far as, since we're worried about money as well, I'll throw this out there. As far as like networking opportunities go, I think this is a good week for you to first clear house, worry about getting that emotional body in check and being able to go at things from a more logical perspective, because before you can do that, it's kind of a fruitless journey to be in the energy of desperation and like looking for these opportunities. But once you're able to do that, I do think you're in a good space to take a more unconventional approach to finding these opportunities that you are passionate about to create more financial abundance. So Spirit, final story messages for my pile 1, the next 7 days. Okay, we have a monkey. I heard monkey in the middle. Oh, maybe you feel like you're in the middle of some problem that's going on right now. You could be in the middle of like a legal battle is what I heard, but you feel, could be something involved with the IRS too, or taxes, again, financial related, but you feel like the things that are going around are out of your control, i.e. like you're monkey in the middle and you're just trying to catch the ball that the other two parties are throwing back and forth. We have the elephant, and I'm specifically being called to look at the elephant's big ears. You know, like the monkeys, like here, again, monkey, the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Make sure you're filtering out what you're hearing this week. If you're hearing people talk bad about other things, make sure that you're not absorbing those negative things within you. We have a telescope here. So it seems that the things that you want, when I see like a telescope, it makes me think the things that you want right now feel like they're so far out of reach. But when you're using a telescope, if you've ever used one, you know that you just have to get it focused on the right point. You have to have it at the right angle. So everything has to be aligned in order to do so. And so therefore I say to you, I think that you should focus on that emotional control and what you can control. Don't let your emotions control you, control them. Okay, we have this egg here. For some reason I heard what came first, chicken or the egg. Some of you might want to do, I debated on if I wanted to say this or not, but I want to be real and I'll say it. Some of you might want to take an egg and you're going to roll it all over your body, all over your arms. You could have, again, like an older maternal figure in your family do this. You want to roll it all over your body, and I want you to crack it over your sink and see if there is blood in it. If there is blood in it, I don't want you to freak out, but I do want you to take a cleansing bath, because for some of you, and this isn't going to be for all of you, it's possible that people are trying to like cast bad intentions on you, trying to do some sort of magic to keep you like down on your luck. Like I said, that's not going to be the case for everybody, so take that as it resonates if you've been feeling that kind of way already. But if you've been feeling like you're feeling emotions that aren't coming from yourself, please try the egg trick. And you can just do, it's really easy to get rid of. It's not a big deal at all. You can take like a purifying salt bath. And honestly, I think that you would benefit from a purifying salt bath anyway, pile 1, just to shake some of your own negative energy, even if it's not coming from outside of yourself. And then finally, we have this little alien gun, which makes a lot of sense with the Aquarian energy coming up. I wouldn't be surprised, well, one, we're in Aquarius season if you're watching this when I first post it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are Sun, Moon, Rising Aquarius, or in a different prominent placement in your charts. And if you are, there's an extra confirmation for you. So there is your next 7 days pile 1. It was short, sweet, and to the point. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I enjoyed doing it for you. If you did, leave me a like on this video and a comment letting me know if it resonated. And by all means, if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But thank you so much for watching. And either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. Bye. Hi pile 2, if you chose a Court of Mist and Fury, this is your reading. So I do have your Oracle card already because I had to re-record your reading. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled that. We have Greet the Darkness here. So this is the overarching theme of the next 7 days from now. It says, here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breathes the hidden, the pieces that make you whole but cut deep with all their sharp edges. So largely this tells me the next 7 days for you are going to be focused on confronting your darkness. And if you're watching this when I first posted it on January 25th, I believe there is a full moon this week, so it makes a lot of sense, the emphasis of emotional release. I wouldn't be surprised if, even if you aren't watching this when I first post it, if you're watching it around the time of the full moon, because that's the energy of this Greet the Darkness card here. And I think it's just about relishing in like pain and uncomfortable emotions. I think it's about letting those things go. So that's being emphasized over the next 7 days. So I'm going to shuffle your tarot and we're going to see what else is happening this week, spirits. Okay, we have the King of Wands. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Let's get 2 more. The Ten of Cups. And the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right, this makes a lot of sense to me. So I think what's going on here with this emotional release, it seems to be directly related to undoing any identifying you have with your suffering. You're no longer choosing to identify with any sort of victim mindset or like experiences that you've been through. You're instead consciously choosing to spin the karmic wheel in your favor. And that's not always a conscious choice we can make, because yes, we are conscious creators, but I believe that there are ebbs and flows in everybody's life of when certain themes are presenting themselves, but you're making the conscious choice to shift those things to the degree that you can in order for things to work out more in your favor. Because I think that you want this happy ending, you want a family, you want a partner, and you know that by identifying with this victim mindset of what you've lost to get where you are now, or just daily struggles that you have if you struggle with any sort of like anxiety or depression or mental illness just in general, or just overall themes like that, you're no longer identifying with how those things hinder you, but instead how you can make them work for you, which is a really beautiful and empowering energy to be in. And it's certainly not an easy choice to make, and it's one that we make every single day. And with this Seven of Cups in reverse here too, I'm hearing like over and over in my head, like, don't cry over spilled milk. And so I think this is a really important week for you actually, pile 2, in laying the groundwork for how you want your reality and your life to look every day, because you're not gonna show up and be perfect every single day, especially when you're first creating new habits and doing new things. It's a process. It's about rewriting your subconscious and like how you believe yourself to be and how you believe the world to be is not just going to change overnight. But I do see you instilling this don't cry over spilled milk into yourself. So even though you'll have setbacks along the way, you're not so concerned with them as you might have been in the past when you were identifying with that suffering and that victim mindset. Really good. Really, really beautiful. And on the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands here. I just felt like flipping it over, and I'm glad that I did, because I see this as a woman or a man emerging from a maze, emerging from literally like a corn maze of confusion and of darkness and of pain, and she looks scared. Like if you look at her, she looks scared and she has her hands up in like a protective stance, but she still is taking that first step forward in faith. And that's what I want you to remember, pile 2. You're moving forward in faith. You're choosing faith over fear. Just saw 444 as well. Okay, so there is your tarot. Let's go ahead and get some story dice and astro dice messages for you. This does seem to be an important next 7 days for you. So let's roll the astro dice here. Okay, we have the South Node in Virgo in the 5th house. So the South Node in Virgo in the 5th house. The 5th house is about dating. It's about creativity. It's about having fun. It's about pleasure. And with the South Node being in Virgo there, it tells me that maybe your approach to having fun in the past was a little more grounded in practicality and being analytical about things. There's this quote that comes to mind too, where it's like, she just let go. She didn't announce it. She didn't think about it. She just let go. And I think that maybe in the past, if you overly identified with, you have to do things a certain way, like the procrastination that you were experiencing before was coming from a place of, I want to do things perfectly. And now you're more so like, it's better to show up imperfect than to not show up at all, which is really, really good. I'm really like pulling out every cheesy Pinterest quote I can think about today, but that's what it says to me. And I think that you're looking at this from a different perspective now. I'm not saying like change everything about who you are. I think that you're still a methodical, analytical, and practical person. I think that's great, but you're learning to use that again to your advantage and not to your disadvantage, and ultimately your hindrance. So good for you, pile 2. So let's go ahead and roll our story dice. Spirit, go ahead and tell me any final messages for pile 2's next 7 days. Okay, we have an egg. Okay. We have these little like sunbeams. We have strain, that eye strain. You could be somebody who definitely gets like stress headaches. Oh, I just turned this too, like I didn't even mean to. We have a music note here too. You could make music yourself, or you could be really into music as a way to relieve some of this like pain and an outlet for you. I would not be surprised about that. And we have this little like pirate flag here with the symbol of a skull on it. Getting like a heavy scorpionic energy from you. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a prominent Scorpio placement. Let's roll one more story dice. I feel like I want to. Okay. So we have a little bag of money too. So you could be getting unexpected money this week in some form too, like lottery tickets, money from a loved one, money on a check that you weren't expecting, but definitely unexpected money vibes. So there is your reading, pile 2. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about your next 7 days. If you did, please leave me a like on this video and a comment letting me know if it resonated with you. And by all means, if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But either way, have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi, pile 3. You chose the 3rd book in the series that I can't remember the name of right now because I don't have it in front of my face. But if you chose the 3rd pile, you are in the right place. So we are going to see what the next 7 days have in store for you. I'm going to start with getting an oracle card that kind of tells me our overarching theme of your week. And then we will dive deeper with the tarot and our dice. So Spirit, tell me about pile 3's overarching theme for the next 7 days. Okay, we have silence, number 36. There is a sweet embrace in the nothingness stillness brings, presence of self fully embodied. Okay, so you're going to be spending some quality time alone for these next 7 days. If you meditate, or you're going to be starting a meditation routine as well. But the message for everybody in this pile, you're going to be spending some good quality alone time in stillness, in silence. I'm getting like a real artistic vibe from this too. Okay, let's get some tarot to dive deeper into it. But I do feel like, I was going to say what I was thinking when my phone made the little beepy noise, was that some of you could be parents or people who are just caregivers in general, and you don't get a lot of alone time. And so this next 7 days of alone time is going to be very much so well appreciated by you. Spirit, tell me about the next 7 days for pile 3. Okay, we have Judgment. Ooh, some of you could be new mothers. New mothers. We have the Three of Wands in reverse here. This is very much so a well-orchestrated, like, divine break for you. Like, this is very much so, like, spirit being like, yeah, Pile 3 really needs a break. She's been working, she or he. A lot of the people who watch my channel are women, though, so I usually say she, sorry. But Pile 3 has been working very hard. They definitely need a reward, because with the Three of Wands in reverse, you're not worried about shit this week. You're not worried about what you're getting done. You're not worried about what you're working on or growing. You're just worrying about being, and I love that for you. I love that for you. You're not in a go, 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 do. You have to get everything done energy. You're in a sit and receive energy. We have the Page of Swords here. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the Justice card, and I'm going to pull one more card for you. We have so much sword imagery here. We have 3 different swords. Some of you could be Geminis. You don't have to be, but take that as it resonates. We have the High Priestess here too. So if you are a Gemini, or just in general, directly to like all of my Pile 3s, I feel like you are a pretty social person, whether by force or by choice. And so it takes maybe a lot for you to get into this energy where you're like, please let me spend some time alone, because you do like to talk to other people for the most part, or you're in a position where you're forced to talk to other people. So it's nice for you to be able to spend this time by yourself. It feels like a nice reward. But we have a lot of major arcana here, Pile 3. We have Judgment, we have Justice, we have High Priestess. And I think that this rest here is crucial for you. And I think that you have been, let's say this, me just cutting myself off. I think that you are appreciative of what you have going on in life. Even if like you've been super tired lately, it's not like you're not satisfied with what's happening. I don't get that vibe at all. But you are looking forward to a much needed break for you to continue to keep showing up in this like High Priestess energy. This much needed break is exactly what you need. So let's roll our Astro dice and see what else we have in store. Yours is like really simple and to the point though, Pile 3. You're having a week of rest and rejuvenation. You're not too concerned with like what's coming in or what's happening this week. You're just, if you're into reading, like I see you reading, I see you watching YouTube, just relaxing. And that's your divine birthright, is to relax and to renew your energy so you can show up as your most beautiful and brilliant self when you're feeling back to full functioning. So let's see, any additional astro messages for my Pile 3? Okay, we have the North Node in Sagittarius in the 2nd house. Okay, so some of this like tired feeling that you've been having could be coming from the fact that there's a lot of things going on in your money and resources sector with Sagittarius. You could have been, because I was saying parents as well, but if you started like a new business, a creative, like energetic child, there is a lot of your energy going towards this project, going towards this thing, because it's something that you're just getting like off the ground and moving. If not, if you don't have your own business, either way, there's a lot of energy going into your money and your financial sector, and I think that's been a big thing that you've been focusing on lately, and partially why you're so drained, especially if you are a new parent as well and you're juggling work or a new business, whatever it is. The focus on money is clear, and you're trying to create, yes, financial abundance, but also financial stability for you and your family, and you're trying to juggle these things kind of all at once and be the whole package, and the whole package needs rest too. Okay, so that is, where'd it go? Okay, that is your Astro Dice message. Let me roll your story dice. Spirit, tell me about Pile 3's 7 days ahead. Okay. Ooh, we have a lot of money, honey. We got a money bag here, and we have a treasure chest facing away. I always say that when I read this. So it's like, this money is not able to be accessed by you yet. I don't know if you've been working on like investments, Okay, I don't know if you've been working on investments, but you should be working on investments because I'm seeing like money stowed away that you cannot access. I'm not like the best with financial advice, nor should I give it in tarot readings, but if you've been interested in investing, if that's something you've already been thinking about doing, it's something I would recommend looking into. Okay, we have a little money bag here. So this to me is like a little itty bitty of like a rainy day fund, and maybe you're cashing in this rainy day fund to go towards your rest and rejuvenation, whether it's like just on some self-care stuff or like a weekend away, but that's what that speaks to me, is a rainy day fund. We have this star here. Okay, we have this star here, which reminds me of the Star Tarot card, and I keep pulling out like the Pinterest like cheesy quotes today, but it reminds me of like the stars can only shine in darkness. And we have these sunbeams here, little sunbeams. I feel like you are a little ray of sunshine for people though, because we have, these are very similar to me, the star and the sun. Cute. And, okay. Spirit said, I don't want that one. So the new one is an axe. I feel like through this week of like relaxation that you're having, you're also thinking towards the end of this week in the back of your mind, like what needs to be on the chopping block in your life, as far as where do I want to continue to put my energy and where is my energy not best served anymore. Like what can I cut out to make more time and space for me to prioritize other things in my life, is something I think that that's heavy on your mind towards the end of this week. So that's all I have for you, Pile 3. I do hope you enjoyed this little quick to the point 7 days reading. If you did, please do leave me a like on this video, leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated, and if you like my vibe, by all means please stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi Pile 4, welcome to your reading. If you chose the 4th pile, you are in the right place. So we're gonna be looking into the next 7 days for you, and first I'm gonna pull an oracle card to tell us your overarching theme for next week, and then we will break it down further with our tarot. So let's go ahead and give that another good shuffle. Spirit, tell me about Pile 4's next 7 days ahead. Okay, we have Frog. 17, may the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning cloaks. Interesting. So the next 7 days look like they're going to be pretty busy for you, Pile. I want to call you Pile 2. Pile 4, the next 7 days look like they're going to be pretty busy for you. So let's get some additional messages from the tarot here. Spirit, tell me about Pile 4's next 7 days. We have the Tower. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. I'm picking up on a water sign man. Very, very strongly. We have the Nine of Swords. Let's do one more. And we have Temperance. Okay. So interesting energy here. At first, I'm not gonna lie to you. When we pulled the Tower, I was like, oh, hi. But this Tower has happened in the past. This Tower has happened previously. You were in a relationship with this water sign masculine. I get the sense of very, very strongly. And there seems to be some sort of offer coming in from them, whether it's just like communication between the two of you, or them making some sort of promises that they couldn't keep in the past. You know what's interesting too, Pile 4? Your oracle card is Frog, which reminds me of Princess and the Frog, and it also reminds me of you have to kiss a lot of frogs to like find your prince. So interesting. Interesting, very, very interesting. So just be on the lookout for this water sign man coming back around, water sign masculine, because I would not be surprised, specifically Cancer man. The anxiety surrounding this situation too, you know, it's interesting because I feel like you're anxious about this contact with them, but I feel like they're anxious as well. I think there's a lot of like nervous energy in the air. Yeah, I think there's a lot of nervous energy in the air overall. So I'm not picking up on whether you or them being super nervous, but just an overall kind of energy. And then with the Temperance too is, to me, means reassurance that the best thing to do in this situation is to provide balance, to provide a little give, a little take, a little sit and wait, and a little action. It's good. It's important right now to keep those scales balanced. Somebody here could also be a Libra, probably you. But just the energy of keeping those scales balanced here is the thing that's going to be the best to alleviate some of this anxiety. Interesting. This is not like any of the other piles. So let's go ahead and roll the Astro dice and get some more specific messages for you on this as well. But if you've been manifesting this person back into your life, this is at the time you're seeing this reading, this next 7 days, where your energy is projected right now, it's coming in. Okay, I zoomed in a little. We have Mars and Gemini in the 4th house. So I said that you could be a Libra. You could, well, I mean, you could be any sign, but as extra confirmation, just air signs in general, because Gemini now is coming through very strongly with this Mars and Gemini in the 4th house. So what this means for you is the 4th house talks about home, it talks about family, it talks about comforts, stuff like that. And the 4th house is also ruled by Cancer, so keep that in mind. With the Mars and Gemini showing up there, I see passion in your home coming back around. Gemini being a very social sign, I wouldn't be surprised if this contact is taking place in your home. You're hosting somebody in your home, or hosting just people in general in your home for a gathering this week. Could be related to this person showing up in the tarot or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll the story dice here for final messages the next 7 days for you. Tell me about the next 7 days for pile 4. Okay, we have the star here. It reminds me of mistletoe for some reason, like kissing under the mistletoe. We have this axe here. Somebody could wear flannels here, because I heard like lumberjack. I'm seeing like red and black, like plaid. We have this mountain here with a sunset in the background. We have a backpack. I don't know if you've ever seen Rick and Morty, but this reminds me of the whole like get your shit together, like get your shit and put it in a bag and get it all together. And then we have the sunbeams here as well. Okay. So the thing that's sticking out to me the most in your story dice is this mountain with like the sunset behind it. I think that it's been a long road for you, and whatever the intentions are and whatever you decide to do with this person, however it shakes out, I think that you're able to like hang your hats and go to bed knowing that you did the right thing. Confirmation from spirit in whichever direction that may be. So there you go, pile 4. That was your little quick next 7 days reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like on this video and leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated with you. And by all means, if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi pile 5, welcome to your reading. We are going to go ahead and get you an oracle card to tell you about your overarching theme for the next 7 days, and we'll dive deeper into it with the tarot and our dice. So let's go ahead and give the oracle a good shuffle. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and see. Spirit, tell me about pile 5's next 7 days. Okay, we have altar, a sacred devotion, a worship skin, deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. Okay. So the next 7 days are incredibly spiritual for you. Interesting. I see you having like ritual baths, doing some sort of ritual, whatever it is in your specific practice or religion. This next 7 days is a very sacred time for you. So Spirit, elaborate on this for me for pile 5, please. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what else here. You've been seeing like a lot of birds. A lot of blackbirds specifically. I feel like that's a spiritual sign for you. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. What else here? Okay, we have the... Oh, this is a major arcana. I have never seen this card before. If I have, I've seen it like one other time and that's it. Interesting. We'll get into that in a second. And we have the Lovers in reverse here. Okay. There is a lot to unpack here. So the next 7 days for you, like we said, there is an overarching like spiritual theme about devotion and ritual, however that manifests in your life and your practice for you. But then we also have like, when I pulled this card, I heard like a GFY to other people because like the tongue is sticking out. So I feel like you're turning your back on another person or on circumstances that have made you feel small, and they've tried to wave this white flag in the background, like they've tried to make these like amends with you, but it's like, you know as well as they do that it's like half-assed amends. They don't really mean it, so you're like walking away from that. And really I want to call attention to this card here because I see this as you. First of all, this reminds me, if you know the show BoJack Horseman, I feel like there's like a heavy resonance with that show and with you. But I see this as you like stepping on your inner child, and I think that this week is a big focus on healing that connection between your older self, yourself who you are now, and the inner child within you. I think that you're releasing a lot of shame specifically. Yeah, a lot of shame specifically, a lot of guilty patterns and stuff like that. So the circumstances I think that you're walking away from are toxic family members. I don't think it's like a romantic relationship or anything like that. I do think it's a situation with like toxic family members, like a toxic growing up environment, one that maybe is very, very conservative and meant to keep you like stifled and suppressing things that make you feel liberated, make you feel free, specifically that of surrounding like sex. Okay, but yeah, definitely there's like a lot of shame and healing that needs to happen around your inner child and the way that you allow your inner child to be expressed. Because of this environment that you grew up in, there was a lot of messages and imagery of it's not okay to be who you are. And you've internalized that over the years just like anybody would. So I see you putting a lot of efforts into the next 7 days after this reading on beginning to undo that. And we have the Lovers here in reverse. And the Lovers doesn't only talk about lovers. It also talks about like duality. And I think within your inner child, your masculine and feminine energies within you have begun to be unbalanced as well, which has kind of left you in a place of not understanding who you are. I think you have a lot of fun work to do in rewriting your identity and rediscovering who it is you are before your environment and your circumstances told you had to be a certain way. So I see a lot of journaling, a lot of playing just to play, there's an exercise that I will recommend to you that I think is really, really helpful, is where you make, it's gonna sound crazy, but I promise you it's very, very helpful. You make 2 hand puppets. One is you and one is your inner child, and you talk back and forth when you're upset, and you'll be surprised in how much reveals itself about your subconscious mind and how you see. So it's like you're having an argument with yourself. Like your inner child could say, I just want to play for the sake of play. And you, who's like trying to restrict yourself, is saying like, no, we need to do this. But you have like a greater understanding of how to make both of those parts of you work more cohesively and not against each other. Interesting. So let's go ahead and roll your astro dice. Spirits, additional messages. Let me zoom in here. Additional messages for my pile 5. Okay. All right. We have Gemini, Neptune in the 12th house. So Gemini, Neptune in the 12th house tells me a good way to express your desires would be through that communicative nature. So if you don't have anybody to express it through, like in therapy or to a friend, I think because this is such an introspective journey, journaling would be something that's really helpful to you. Or recording yourself speaking out loud with like your voice memos is something that would be very helpful for you over these next 7 days in navigating this. Okay, Spirit, final messages for my pile 5. Okay, we have the sun coming over water, which is really nice in relation to what we're talking about here, because water symbolizes emotions, and although this is an emotional week for you, the sun over the horizon is reminding you that it's not going to be emotional and hard to bear forever. We have the snake here. I saw the snake in the Lover's card as well. Snakes could be a symbol for you, and snakes are a very spiritual symbol. They're a symbol of constant growth and transformation because they're always shedding their skin, and you are definitely here in a skin shedding season. We have this eye strain here, which for you, actually, I said eye strain because that's usually how I read it, but I take this as like nausea. Like I think that you're anxious this week, like feeling sick to your stomach. We have these puzzle pieces, again, like playing for the sake of play and not playing for the sake of a reward or an understanding. And then we have the star here as well. And this has come out in most of the readings, but for you, I'm really getting the sense that a star is a very spiritual symbol for you. It could be in relation to Archangel Ariel, Archangel Michael, if those resonate as a spirit guide for you, but it doesn't have to. So that is all I have for you, pile 5. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a like on this video. Leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated. And by all means, if you like my vibe, please do stay and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. But either way, thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week. Bye.